All right now, family, people of the Most High, we are concerned about you. Okay, taking this turn again because of a drastic change. Altogether, you are the reason for this talk again, because of some video I saw not too long ago. I said, okay, this is another powerful confirmation of this Jesus prophet that said he raised the dead on Sunday, February 24th. Prior to this interview, he reverses that miracle. This is unbelievable. And again, this is heartbreaking because the people of YAHUAH is under his voice. And we are much, concerned about that. We are concerned about our brothers and our sisters under the voice of that serpent, under the voice of that beast, under the voice of the cedar serpent carrying out the will of his father in order to mislead us again, just as his father did right in Genesis 3. Revelation 12:9 said, the great dragon deceiveth the whole world. That old serpent is a phrase of a thing or object or one that exists before or that has an origin. That is the metaphor. You not go by that old serpent. Playing games again. I can also say this is another myriados. But joke apart. So family, a very vital information I saw it on Facebook anyway, a few hours ago. I said, okay, when I'm done with what I have at hand, I'm going to be doing some, just touchy. So this God, prophet of Jesus, reverses, but in a very crafty way, in a very cunning way. Not that he's reversing it because he knew too well that the secret is already being exposed. This one didn't go well. This one, in fact, it was April Fool. It didn't work at all. After much investigation has already been carried out against him, okay, therefore, he now came out in a very crooked way, serpent again, and trying, to bewitch us again, and to lure us in believing feeble again. What caught my attention, he said, what he rather first of all said, it was a miracle of resurrection. He said, there is no miracle of resurrection. But he should have just said it in a humble heart. He didn't say it in a humble heart. He didn't say it in a heart of sobriety, but rather a heart that is still full of craftiness or serpent. So let's listen to where he himself said that the man was once dead. So prior to this interview, he reverses that talk. Okay, he reverses it. So let's put it again. We're going to be using the words of his mouth against him. Just stay tuned. I want to play it. I know we did it before. So, but we want to do it again. But my joy is that, or my concern is that, what are you learning? Someone needs to take something into the heart. Here is a deep breath taking. Here is a call to put on your ticky cap. This should have been a ringy bell. In someone's spirit. The anti-Messiah shouldn't be left behind. The anti-Messiah shouldn't be protected. The anti-Messiah shouldn't be ignored. That is the problem of Christianity. They ignored the very source of the problem. And you are not crying, wuru, false prophet, fake pastor, Yahoo pastor. But they carries authority. Who is their authority? Why are you protecting the very source of the problem? Why are you not approaching from the roots? Why cut it only the head and not approach it from the ground, from the very root? Approach Jesus. When you approach Jesus, this pastor will come to their senses and stop deceiving us. But they are not going to come to their senses. But when Sharia law comes, Jesus is going to fly you all to Islam. Mark this video. We are doing this for just the son of the kingdom, one son of the kingdom, or one daughter of the kingdom. Luke chapter 15 says they did just one sinner will come back to his or her senses and said, I'm not going to break the law anymore. And said, no, I'm returning back the prodigal son. Heaven, rejoice. Why the angel, dance, jubilate, the party. And this is the nature for this segment. Because I thought I was once done, of which no. Because a vital, information came out, and I need not to ignore that. So stay tuned. One of us to play. First of all, play his own words against him.
He was dead.
All right.
He's now alive.
That's it.
Jesus said, now to him who is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all we ask and hope for. Look at him. The coffin is empty.
Jesus.
To the Lord, all I have to say is thank you, Lord. What shall I say? What shall I say unto the Lord? All I have to say is thank you. Oh, thank you, Lord.
Both man and woman called Jesus. And Jesus is the figure. Jesus is the voice. Jesus is the band. All right now. And this is where the whole thing gets tough. The royal law makes it so clear that the kingdom of Yahuwah is not meat and drink or meat and bread. How can you be coming for such a wonder only to be eating food? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add to people. It doesn't add to. How can you just be coming from, a thing that still put people into fear? Oh, he was once there. No, as this guy, come back, the reaction should have been, what happened to me? Where am I? What is going on? What is the meaning of this? It should have been in a very, a perplexed state. It should have been in a very, a surprising, state. It should have been full of astonishment of heart. What? Only to be eating food and dancing zombie. Johnson everywhere, dangling everywhere his head. It doesn't add to. Alright? So, but what is the nature of this? Why are we doing this again? Please dig down to the root of your Jesus. Please know the spirit of your Jesus. Please, it is time, hard time for you to test the spirituality or the spirit, the authority of Jesus. Why must you be eating food? You just came back from nowhere's land. Okay? You should have still be in a very state of perplexity. What? You should have been asking people what is going on. I don't know. The people will be narrating the event to you. Look at what happened. You headache attack you, or you got accident, or you saw it there. We don't know. But none of those things. Only for him to wake up to be eating food. Meanwhile, the kingdom of Yahuwah is not by meat and bread, but by righteousness, joy in the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh. Let's play the other video. You said that you heard from him. He said he was dead. Now he's alive. The coffee is empty. But he reversed that talk. So these are all the videos. He might have not just he has 100% listened to all this investigation. Then he now knew that this secret is exposed. So let me come out and still twist it in another form. But we got it. Listen again. I know I once did this, but in another form.
Has distanced itself from the stunt that was performed by charismatic church pastor Alph Lukau over the weekend. A video of the pastor performing what he claims was a miracle.
He allegedly resurrected a person from a coffin. The funeral parlor's vehicle was used to ferry the alleged deceased to the church on Sunday. A video clip is currently making the rounds on social media. The charismatic pastor is seen praying for a man lying in the coffin. It's claimed that the procession was on the way to the cemetery when they decided to go via the church. But the story has now taken a different twist. The funeral parlor in the picture is on record saying its vehicle was hired by the family. Kings and Queens Funeral Services says it did not have the body in its mortuary, and Black Phoenix Funerals say they have no record of the alleged deceased person.
the car was hired, and the family said they have a body at Black Phoenix Funerals. And from there, they bought a coffin from Black Phoenix Funerals because that coffin is not for kings and queens. We don't have that coffin in our mortuary. So from there, I heard they took the body from Santin. As the body was in Santin. And they're explaining the body died on Friday and they only resurrected on Sunday. That much, I don't know how true is that. That's why I'm saying it would be fine if we have the family with us, also the pastor to explain how did this happen, where did they take the body from, because as kings and queens, we didn't have the body in our mortuary.
All right now. So these are all the investigation that pull him out of his secret place and begin to talk trash again in his craftiness. But the royal Lord didn't say, be wiser than the serpent and be harmless as the dove. Why is people still remain under the craftiness of this so-called bastard? Why can't you investigate the spirit of Jesus? Now, May is investigating just ordinary man. But they forget his authority. Why is Christian not investigating the spirit of Jesus? This one is hurting me to my marrow. Now you see how investigation is being carried out against this man. This thing happened, I think, February 24, just a few days ago. You see how men stood in harmoniously, investigated. This one is going the other way, the other one go the other way, the other one, just to find out, is it true? Why can't you also take that same logic and investigate the spirit of Jesus and test what Jesus gave unto you and test who is Jesus in totality? And how are you going to test? Take the royal law, test everything Jesus put in your hand in practicing. You see, you're going to understand it's the anti-Messiah. Already the royal law asks us to be very careful of. Listen up.
Further with ICBC reporter Mike Maringa, who joins me now live from ICBC studios in Polokwane. Mike, good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for coming through. As we have just seen from the clip that you were able to speak to the funeral parlor. Talk to us about your conversation really and what you sort of read in between the lines with the lady from the Queens and Kings funeral parlor.
Good afternoon to you, Palesa, and good afternoon to our viewers. Indeed, correct, coming to you live from Polokwane. I must indicate that after seeing the video last night on social media, we are taken back by what we saw, and with the assistance of some of our former colleagues from other regions, they managed to trace back the car that was used to transport the coffin to that church. And this morning, we indeed went into the funeral parlor. We spoke to the acting director there, Vivian Bonda. She's a Zimbabwean national, who indicated to us that indeed the vehicle that we saw on the picture and that is making a round on social media, it's from the Polokwane branch. King and Queens has got branches here in Limpopo. They've got branches, a branch in Johannesburg. They've got another one in Bulawayo. She indeed confirmed that the vehicle used was theirs, but it was not their funeral to attend to. The family of the man called Eddie, who we have seen on the video, came to hire the vehicle, indicating that they were experiencing challenges where they have stored the body and they would want to use their vehicle to transport the body for burial. And she indicated that they are distancing themselves from what they have seen on that video because it has got nothing to do with them. But the last part of your question was, what is the latest? We have also managed to trace where this man is currently staying. We can also confirm that he says he's a Zimbabwean national, and the woman who is said to be the girlfriend on the video is indeed the girlfriend. We spoke to the caretaker of the place where she is, where they are currently staying in Mamelodi at a place called Nalmafias. They are indicating that the couple left their place on Wednesday, and since then they have not made it back. And they were surprised to see the video, the visuals on social media, citing that the guy had died and he had been resurrected. But as the caretaker, they were not informed of the death, or nobody came to to the house to collect their belongings. So they were taken aback. They don't know what is happening. And she also indicated that the community there it's up in arms. They are anxiously waiting for them to come and explain what they have seen. And one other thing, Palesa, that we have seen on that video, there is a woman who is claiming to be the landlord of the deceased who was transported to the church. And we can confirm to you that where AD and the girlfriend are staying, the landlord is a male figure. It's not a woman, as purported on that video. So it looks like everything was fabricated. And one other thing that we also established is that when they borrowed the vehicle from King and Queens, they said they were going to collect the body at Black Phoenix Funerals, which is in Yeoville in Johannesburg. I made a contact with the owner of that funeral parlor. He indicated that they don't have records of Eddie.
Okay.
They never stored his body.
Okay.
So that we've got two funeral undertakers who are saying that they don't know anything about the man who is said to have been walking from those who have departed. So that's where we are now. The story will continue because the community is waiting for the two to come back and explain themselves.
But what are we reading in between the lines here, Mike? Is it safe really to say that the whole scene that we saw playing out at that particular church was just purely staged?
We can say without a doubt that it looks like the whole thing was staged, because when you hire a vehicle and you said you are going to a funeral B to collect the body, and funeral B is coming out to dismiss those allegations, it is clear that there is something missing in between. Because if the church was genuine, or if the family was genuine, they will come out and say this is what has transpired. Because at this stage, the two funeral undertakers are saying if the family of this man or the church is claiming that this man indeed died, they must come forward, they must produce documents. There should be a death certificate, because what we are told is that he died on Friday. He was in the morgue on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. He was taken for burial. And if you look at the procedures in South Africa, there is no way you can die on Friday and you have postmortem done and you had everything arranged for burial 2 days after. So there is something missing. Someone is not telling the truth. And I believe at this stage, it could be the church or the people who transported the corpse to the church, because the video also showed a man who is said to be the brother. We were trying to get hold of that man, but unfortunately we did not win. And also the couple as well, because they are from Zimbabwe. We're not sure if they are in the country or if they've left the country back to Zimbabwe. But it's something that we are still going to dig and check if these people are genuine and if what we are told is the truth. Yeah,
indeed. As you say, Mike, of course, this is a developing story. But were you able perhaps to solicit a comment from the church? Because we tried here in Johannesburg, the phones just rang unanswered.
Look, the story, we had two teams that was following the story. It was me from the Polokwane side, and we had another journalist in Joburg. Earlier on, the indication we got was that the church was ready to give us a comment. Our reporter went to the church, only to be told that the church is no longer willing to speak to the SAPC, and we were not even allowed into the church premises. The premises. We don't know what triggered that, because at around 12 o'clock they promised that they will call one of our reporters to arrange everything. We took it upon ourselves to visit the church, only to find that everything has changed. It looks like the church is suddenly not interested in talking to us. As the reason it was not finished, we don't know as to why exactly are they refusing to talk to us.
But I suppose we'll keep trying, Mike. Thank you so much, our reporter there.
All right, now, family, before I also play this one out or give it volume, I want to also throw in a word. You see, this is a powerful teaching. You see how these people went, digging, investigating this matter. Is it true? Is it real? This is how one should have dig into the spirit of Jesus. This is how you should have just, take the royal law with a mindset of, I'm going to make heaven. Dig into who is Jesus. Abayowa is speaking. Revelation 6 verses 1. Come and see. And that Revelation 6 verses 1 all through, is revealing the secret of the anti-Messiah. He's going to mask up himself. You see, he was on a horse, you see, and the biblical Messiah is also on a white horse. Revelation 19, go and read it. He was, it was on a white horse. And we also see the biblical Messiah, he was also on a white horse. And the biblical Messiah having a crown, but many crowns, okay? But we also see the biblical Messiah also having a crown, and the biblical Messiah having a sword in his, is a double-edged sword. Fire from his eyes. And we also see the unbiblical Messiah was having a bow. That is the difference. But when you dig into the mysteries of Jesus, it's going to be very simple for you to cut who is Jesus. You see now, from the video I'm going to play after this, the guy that said the landlord, that is the house owner, where the very supposed died man lives, is a male figure. That is a man, is masculine, is not a female. But the video these people present to the world was a woman. I also played that. What is it? What happened? You were speaking. If only you can hear. He's ministering. If only you can hear. He says something very profound over here. If only you can bring your mind down as a Christian, because Christianity thought they are there already. They thought they have it already. Matthew 7:21 to 23 said, that day, man is going to say, we cast out demons, we prophesy, we do many miracles in your name. The biblical Messiah said, no way, that is in me. You workers of iniquity, depart from me. What is iniquity? Simply mean you're living a lawless lifestyle. You're living a lawless lifestyle. Christianity is a lawless lifestyle. They just keep any garbage from Babylon. They observe every garbage from Babylon. They regard, they pay attention to the Babylonians' madness. Everything they practice, this religion, whatever started from their Sunday madness is not found in the royal law. It's not governed by the authority of Yahuwah. It is not found, except they want to twist it. You can't find Sunday. The letter J that gave you Jesus isn't yet 400 years old. So what was the name? Why is somebody not digging into these lies of Jesus? Why are you not digging in? You see how men take this very matter so serious and they not dig into the lies of this man. He watched everything already. He knew the secrets already been revealed. He not came in a cunning way and to say, I once said it was a resurrection miracle, but it isn't true. I didn't say that. You will hear from his own mouth. We are going out to his own interview. Even how he was trying to, to run away from all the questions, the man would drag him back again. Because he knew it's not true. Why can't you dig into the spirit of Jesus? Let's play this. Remember, 1 John chapter 4, verses 1 said, don't believe our spirit. Test our spirit. It is time to test the spirit of Jesus. People, it is time to test the fruit of Jesus. You shall know them by their fruits. Matthew 24:24 said many false messiahs is on their way. He said false messiah and false prophet, they are coming. My big problem today is that you recognize the false prophet, but you neglect, you are protecting, you hide in your back, in your bosom, their messiah, which is the Jesus. Which name is doing this wicked miracle today? You see? They're shouting Jesus. They are crying Jesus. They holler Jesus, Jesus. What? Let's play this. Dig into the mystery of Jesus. Revelation 17, verses 5. It said this mother of harlot, the great Babylon, there was a name written on her head, forehead, called what? Mystery. What is head? Head is simply your authority. And that name is a mystery, your head. 1 Corinthians 11 verses 3. It said, Abba Yahweh is the head of Mashiach. Mashiach is the head of the husband. Ma is the head of the woman. That is chains of order. That is chains of authority. That of Yahweh is higher than that of Yahushua. Yahushua is higher than that of a man. Ma is higher than that of a woman. That is the chains of order, authority. And the authority of this, prostitute, mother of harlots, Babylon, the name is written on her forehead. Should I read that before we play? Because this is hurting me. I know when I was also once there, this Now I'm saying it that it's so simple to figure it out, but it is not so. But through the help of the Ruach HaKodesh, indeed, it will be simple. No, when you are there, but you can't see it. It's so Jesus doing miracle. Yes, it's assuming this Jesus is not doing miracle. I won't even bother. I will still go in search and be looking for the first message. He said he's gonna call fire, fire will come down. He's gonna be doing notable miracle, great signs and wonder, and all these prophets. That is their strong proof that we have the authority, that we have the divine Messiah. But it's a lie, deceiving miracle. That is what he said. Now here I am, Revelation 17, verses 5. Listen now. Upon her forehead was a name written. Did you get a mystery? Babylon is a mystery. Do you know the word mystery? It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of spiritual works. It takes obedience. It takes hearing the voice, a circumcised ears and a circumcised heart, hearing the voice of Abba Yehovah to lay hold upon mysteries. You see, when the mystery was being given to Daniel, the vision given to King Nebuchadnezzar, and we are unable to tell it. Therefore, he said, I want to slaughter all the wise men of Babylon. And Daniel was there. Daniel went on his name. Daniel chapter 2. Abba Yahweh said the mystery was not revealed unto him. That is what is something that is so hiding that you cannot get with a natural eye. Now, this name is called mystery. Jesus in Christianity is concealed. That is Jesus concealed. But Jesus in Islam is Jesus revealed. Jesus in Islam is revealed. Jesus in Christianity is the shadow of Jesus. But the real personality of Jesus waits until Sharia law. When are you going to come out from this great deception of this all in the name of miracle? You see, he said, upon her forehead was a name written. Mystery. Babylon the great, the mother of all harlots. So for her to be a mother, it says she's a mother, which means she have daughters. And we know what daughters is. We know what woman is. Biblical terminology it simply means ministry. Ministry. Now let's play this. So dig into who is Jesus, just the way this man, dig into the mystery and the lies of this
Zimbo Live TV. Breaking news. Power Drive. As I have been saying a little earlier on, we received a statement released by the Alleluia Ministries International relating to the incident which has now gone viral on social media, in which it was alleged that the pastor Alph Lukau of the Alleluia Ministries International had in fact resurrected a man. Now, what the statement that we have received actually denies all of that and says that the pastor at no point, at no stage did he claim that he had resurrected the person shown in the video who was identified by his family members as Elliot. Well, I'm pleased to say that we have got Pastor Alph Lukau on the line with us. Pastor Lukau, good afternoon to you and thank you very much for your time.
Good afternoon, TT, and thank you for having me on Power Drive, and greeting to all your listeners.
Pastor Lukau, I've read excerpts already from your statement, which I've read out on air already. First you said, I just want to pick up from the point where you say the body, the body was brought. I don't even know what to call it now because I say the body suggested this was a dead person. Maybe I should just say Elliot was brought to you by his family. What exactly was he brought to your church for?
What I can say on what happened on Sunday, first, it would be very unfortunate to call it an incident. To us, it is an outstanding happening. We believe in miracles. We believe that Jesus Christ that we serve is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Now, on the 24th Sunday, during the course of the service, toward the end of the service, I was interrupted that there was a person in a coffin that was brought to church, and that before entering the premises of the church, the coffin began to shake, meaning the person was alive. Okay. Hearing that the person was alive, it is amazing to hear that. We have never had such a thing in Alleluia Ministries. We read of those in the Bible, but we have never had it. So during the service, while the praise and worship was carrying on, I went down. And you may know that all our services are live on YouTube, live on Facebook. And we keep everything as it is. So I went down checked the coffin was moving. We opened the coffin, and true to the word, reported that this person was really breathing. I took up the microphone and I began to say that he's breathing, moving from where he is, putting on a form of a shade, not really a big shade, but at least it was a shadow. Put him on that, and we prayed for him with rejoices, made him stand, ushered him in the church, and that effect.
Let me just come in here, Pastor. Why was he brought to you? What were you asked to do? I mean, the fact that a person was alive in the coffin, why was the coffin not open and that person let out? What way exactly did they want you to do?
What I may say is that I believe, first, I'm not sure if I can make a statement that he was brought to me. You know, we are the house of God. I'm just a pastor serving in the house of God. I believe in miracle. I teach faith. I believe that there is nothing impossible to God. To the question, was he brought to me? Was it brought to the church? Did the church, the family believed that if Pastor Alph prayed for him or something like that? I think that he was brought. I will safely say that he was brought to church. You know,
he was brought to church for what? Why was he brought to church? Is what I'm trying to say.
This is alive.
I believe that the people look up to the church with problem, believing that something will happen. You know, a church is a house of God. You know, and like
I understand that. Pastor,
just one question,
listen, what I'm trying to establish is: was he brought to the church because that there was going to be a funeral service, or what exactly was the reason for him brought there?
I believe I can only stipulate. I can really only stipulate. This question will be better answered by the family members themselves.
Okay.
You know, I think that they brought the person to church because they believe that God has the ability to resurrect the person. Now, it is not the first time that the people will come with critical issues. That's why in our services we keep on telling people, if you have somebody who's extremely sick, please let us know to go to him instead of bringing the person here. And we had that in the past.
So, Pastor, this person was alive when he arrived at the church. He was already moving in the box. What were you praying for? You seem in the video to be praying or doing something over his body. What is it that you were doing if he was already alive? Why didn't you just lift him out of the box?
Okay.
If you come to church, you come to my church and you say that I got a promotion at work, you know, and you give a testimony, two things will happen. We will celebrate God and I'll come and seal it by praying for you. You know, the mere fact that the person was alive or not alive does not stop the prayer to go on. But at least I can safely say and clarify that I did not pray to resurrect the person. I don't want to take the credit. Should God ask me to resurrect somebody and gives me the grace and the power, by faith I will try that.
Have you done any resurrections? Because I actually did see something on social media suggesting that there would be more resurrections that will be happening on Sunday. I don't know whether that was metaphorical speak, or have you yourself, Pastor, raised a man or a woman from the dead that was dead?
Look, at many times we had testimonies of people who say that the Lord has brought a baby that was in the stomach.
All right, let me rephrase that, Pastor. Do you have the ability or the power to raise a dead person and bring them back to life again? Have you done so?
What I can safely say is that the Bible says that God has the power to raise the dead, and it does it through...
Pastor, with all due respect, you are being evasive. I'm asking you a very direct question. I know what the Bible says, and all I'm asking you is that have you, in your experience as a pastor, have you raised a man or a woman who was dead? Do you have the ability to resurrect dead human beings, is what I'm asking you.
It's tricky when you say that, but do you have the ability? Because I can tell you I have no ability. I have the ability to do nothing except if God uses me as an instrument. But to the question, on the other side of the question, do we have people that have been raised from the dead? You know, yes. In which way? Yes, in which way? We have not had anybody coming dead like this and lay in the church, and Pastor Alph stand and say, I'm about to raise this person. That we never had. But we have had many cases, especially of a child, a woman whose child, there is no heartbeat anymore. We consider that resurrection. Heartbeat anymore. And we pray, trusting God, sending the person back to the doctor, and the doctor comes back with a report that the child is well. Now, to the question, do we have people coming in an ambulance or coming on the coffin and pass on the service in private or in public, lay hands on him, call on God, and do. I have not done that.
Pastor,
You hear
the
now?
owners of the hearse
Did you
that
hear
brought
that?
the body
He
to
said
your
he
church
have not done
have
that.
said that they just merely rented the
We are going back
hearse to your church,
to
and
his
that
ways.
they did not handle this person, this who shall call Elliot. I will not call him a body. We shall call him Elliot. They did not handle that. They merely rented out a hearse to you. Can you confirm as such?
No, that is extremely misleading. I can safely say that first, Elliot is the first time I saw him. His family is the first time I saw them. And the funeral cover, I do not know of any of those. And they have no link to the church. What they had to say, or what maybe they wanted to say, is that they had a dealing with the family. You know, and that does not include us. To us, and especially to me, as they brought the body, it is like everyone who comes. I used to have migraine, and now I can safely say that there is no migraine. What we do as a church, we go, we celebrate that.
So when Elliot was brought to you, Elliot was alive. So what did you do then, Pastor? You just prayed in celebration of him being alive, or what was going on there?
No. First, if Elliot was dead, our normal procedure, if someone had brought, in the case of Elliot, there is someone who brought a body. What we do normally, we send our pastors to do a counseling. We don't do an open thing, you know, because many people, after the loss of a loved one, they get so emotional and so attached in desperation they want God to do. And sometimes it's just to take them through counseling where they accept the situation. So if this guy that was brought was still dead, you know, we would have not gone, jump and go. But they brought us a testimony. So for us, it's not a resurrection miracle.
So he was alive when he arrived at your church, is what you are making us understand.
Miracle.
It's not what I'm making you understand. That is what the fact is. And if you go to the video, you see the problem we have is that many people speculated without even taking a minute, including media houses, a minute to go to the video. And already in the beginning, you will hear when they're calling me, they say they brought someone who seemingly was dead. And now the family says the person is alive. That's what they presented to me on the microphone.
So what were you doing? What was that act that you were performing over his body?
This is already
alive. No, it's not
alive.
performing anything. I first ask what is his name. They say a long name and Elliot. So I picked Elliot's name, you know, and I say Elliot is not answering. I tried to pull his head. If you watch the video, I tried to pull him to open and focus on me. He could not, you know. So I prayed. I said, Lord, please give him the grace, give him the strength to stand up. And I can tell you, any normal pastor who's founded on the scripture will do exactly that.
Okay, where is Elliot now since that service?
What happened
I think
to Elliot I'm done.
Since the service?
It's so irritating.
Have you been
His
in
voice
contact
is so,
with him?
you know,
we
provoking, hurting my spirit. I'm done.
Elliot, and
I want to talk.
I believe that.
Listen now. Do you see anything like that? According to them, he's dead. He's in the grave. He's in the whatever, the coffee. Let's go further a little bit. Please listen very attentively. Here is where the message is.
Somebody.
Listen.
He died this Friday.
All right.
He was in a mortuary. This is the brother. And this is the landlord. And who are you?
A
How many
female.
members?
It's the mother of the wife.
Come here. This is the
He was
wife.
in the mortuary. The mortuary
Come here.
said nothing
This is the wife.
as such.
Okay. Romo Sete. Jesus. Celebrate Jesus. Celebrate Jesus.
Okay. But he said he was already
What is his
risen.
name? Jesus.
Oh, no.
Hello, Elliot. Elliot. Lift your hands. Lift your hands. Yakalamasa.
My good God.
Barabasa tabasa. Zete.
If he's already risen, why the ministration of resurrection? You are praying. Did you get it? He's praying. Rise up! Did you get the miracle? This height of wickedness is unspeakable. Did you get it? Did you get it? This is, he said this lady is the landlady. Meanwhile, the guy himself has a male. The dead of Friday was in the mortuary. You get it? Did you get it? Alright, I want to talk. So provoking to my spirit. The coffee is empty. It's alive.
You alone are God. You alone are God. You are God alone. You are God alone.
All right. Okay. All right, now, family, here is my concern. You said you have already, with your own eye, 2 naked eyes, he reversed it. He said what they call the miracle of resurrection, it isn't so. You see, from his own mouth, okay? But here we see all the performations, prayers, invocations. He was ministering unto the death, but he twisted it. All right, here I am. I think Matthew or Luke chapter 30 or so, I'm not sure. When Yahushua said unto the Pharisees, those that perish is not because their sin, all right, was great. He said, you repent or you perish likewise. Now, you that is still not under or whatever, but under them is our concern. You come out, or you yourself also face the deception eternal. But I think when you stand before the white judgment throne, it's not going to be deceptive anymore. Because now you're going to see Jesus. Even Jesus, he said he's going to stand for his life that day for judgment. You see reaction. You said it was not resurrection, but look at people's reaction. That you just raised someone from the dead. You yourself said it. It was your son. That he was once there. The grave is empty. And the landlady, the house where he resides, it is a male. Man is the owner of the house, not female. But you now want to also go and bring woman. Anyway, here I am. 1 John chapter 4. 1 John chapter 4 verses 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of Yahuwah, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. Now you are all coming alive because you can point now to the false prophet, but you are still in the grave. Why? Because you neglect the false Messiah. Who is the authority over here? It is Jesus. All and all. It is Jesus. They are all crying. Jesus, they are all shouting. They hallat Jesus. They cried Jesus. All right? Okay. Listen to him again. He repeated it. Hear it one more time. So family, the call now is in your heart. Every information being passed out should have been or play a vital role in your heart. Now the information is being given. It's only for you now to do whatever you want to do with the information. This is come and see Revelation 6:1 said, come and see, and it is the secret of anti-Messiah. Now what are you seeing? The false prophets. Okay. He's singing it over, but he just denounced it. You said it wasn't so anymore. All right now. So the formation has already been passed out. I pray to the daughters of Zion and to the sons of the kingdom among this dungeon, graveyard, called Christianity, for them to utilize this great information of Abba Yahuwah. Listen, now here we are, 2 Corinthians. I don't know. You see how men went into digging to fish out the stupidity of Jesus and these prophets. This is how you should have also gone now in fast, even in prayer, through the mindset of the royal law. Jesus is going to be very easy for you to fish out. Let Jada give you Jesus. Is he here 400 years old? I read now. 2 Corinthians chapter 11:13. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Mashiach. No marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also being transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. He also said, I'm coming with my reward. I'm going to give to you all according to your works. That is why I say, you workers, your works, Christianity in totality, your work, it is iniquity. He said, I'm coming, Revelation 22, I'm coming to give to you all according to your works. He said, I'm going to reward you according to your works. Now, Matthew 7:21-23, he said, you workers of iniquity. So what is your reward? Damnation. What is your reward? Destruction. One more to go. Listen at 2 Thessalonians chapter 12 verses 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power, signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness. Now what is unrighteousness? He said, in them thou perish, because they received not the truth, the love of truth, that they might be saved. You reject the author of life. Is the truth, the way, the truth, and the life. You rejected it. That one is clear unto us already. Now, what is unrighteousness? Unrighteousness simply means, righteousness in other words, righteousness simply means you having the right stand with Abba Yahuwah. You have the right stand. Unrighteousness simply means you are not having the right stand with him. Therefore, you have the right stand with demons, which is your Jesus today. That is why you don't keep, which means you are a sinner, which means you are a lawless one. Come, grace and law, they work harmoniously. They are not contradicting at all. Lord said, if you don't keep it, meaning you are lawless. Grace said, if you miss him, you face damnation. They work harmoniously. So family, stay tuned. This Shabbat, we are going to dig into powerful mystery again of Abba Yahuwah.